Welcome back to the channel and to another new episode of 2K25's Things You Might Not Know, this series where we continue our compilation of more of the game's hidden features, Easter eggs and amazing details. First up, let's talk unique draft lines. So we covered a bunch of these previously in this series, but today we have got a couple more to add to the list. This time when CM drafts Luke Gallows, along with when Miss Elizabeth drafts Hulk Hogan.
SmackDown chooses Luke Gallows.
Good pick here, the good brother, Luke Gallows.
Gallows and Punk reunited. Think Luke will go straight edge again? Ha!
SmackDown drafts Hulk Hogan.
Hulkamania is running wild on a new night.
Elizabeth picked Hogan? I always knew she was on his side.
Next up, let's talk the ref. So whilst this one isn't new for this year's game, it is a thing that still some might not be aware of, which is that the referee can actually be pulled out of the ring during a count. So this one is kind of a right place, right time moment, but when you're in the right position during a pinfall, by going near the ref, near the apron, you can actually grapple the ref out of the ring. This one works really well in combo with the tag team partner switching that we covered in the last episode. Now whilst the Trading Blows minigame isn't new for this year's game, there are still some details that you might not be aware of. This includes the ability to actually taunt during it, as well as the hockey fight punches that can occur when you either draw the minigame or don't actually press any buttons at all.
Just teeing off with that fight forever vibe. Two titans trading strikes and refusing to back down. Boom! Both absolutely drained, but both superstars just unloaded, putting it all on the line. Oh, one thunderous final blow. Uh-oh.
Boom! Read that one.
Finish things now.
Now every year the game features Wrestlemania audio, which is essentially special audio that only triggers when select superstars make an appearance at Wrestlemania. This year's game features some brand new ones, including for one of this year's new superstars, High Chief Peter Maivia.
The High Chief has landed at the showcase of the Immortals.
But before WrestleMania even existed, Peter Maivia was competing in the main event of the biggest of WWE shows. So believe me, he is more than ready for WrestleMania.
And I know every television in Maivia's home state of Hawaii is tuned into WrestleMania tonight.
Especially in Maui.
Another detail that we've covered now over the last couple of years is unique audio when specific superstars grab specific weapons. Today's audio includes when CM Punk grabs a microphone, RVD and a steel chair, Sandman with a kendo stick, Bret Hart with a hockey stick, and Cactus Jack with a barbed wire baseball bat.
It's do or die for the Hitman.
He's got a mind to count out rules as he heads ringside.
Punk with a microphone. Whatever he does with that, it's going to be entertaining. Looks like he's got something in mind for ringside here.
Rick grabs a hockey stick. No surprise there. He even owns a hockey team.
Uh-oh, he's searching for something.
RVD grabs a chair. Pro tip, if he throws it at you, don't catch it.
Byron, what kind of mindset do you have to thrive in a no DQ match? Moves from the ring to the outside. And what need is there to go looking under the apron like this?
And guys, this is no kendo stick. The Sandman has unleashed the Singapore cane. And he's ready to throw out all decorum in this one.
All the way to the outside. And out at ringside is not the place you want to be grounded. Cactus grabs a barbed wire bat, and the hardcore icon has his favorite weapon in tow. Suddenly we've got front row seats to this thing.
Speaking of Cactus Jack, previously we've covered how Mick Foley features unique grunts in this year's game, and what you might not know is that on the female side of the roster, Lisa actually features a similar thing of her own. Whilst not a new thing for this year's game, a cool detail that remains lesser known is the roll-up retaliation feature. So what this basically is when your superstar can get revenge on their opponent after they've lost via a roll-up. Keep an eye for this prompt, which pops up in the top left hand corner following a roll-up loss.
Perfect crucifix. Oh, great takedown.
Into the cover! And sneaks out a win there. Incredible!
Akira Tozawa.
Not done yet. And you can't blame the guy for being frustrated.
Yeah, you absolutely can.
And he does not. Knife edge chop.
The ring general showing off his power
With a power bomb.
Can somebody please stop him?
Sticking with that one is that whilst you probably know winning by a roll-up will trigger a roll-up victory scene, what you might not know is that when you do this with The Undertaker, his pyro will still play during the cutscene.
Here is your winner, The Undertaker.
That came out of nowhere.
And an unexpectedly quick end to this match.
Clever is really the only word that can describe that victory.
However you want to describe it, it certainly worked.
Keeping with the dead man, if you do Undertaker versus Undertaker in this year's game, then you're going to be triggering some unique and pretty cool mirror match audio.
And they say your toughest opponent is yourself, and the dead man is about to find out how true that is.
The only thing more formidable than the last outlaw is the man himself at a younger age. Experience goes a long way, but Taker in his youth was a different kind of cat.
Well, whatever tear in the space-time continuum allowed this to happen is about to give us a heck of a fight.
One more thing for The Undertaker as well as The Miz is that if either of these two superstars are featured in promos in this year's Universe mode, then they're going to be featuring their own unique microphones.
We're about to see happen between these two.
Requesting a match, but is it a trap?
I guess there's only one way to find out.
So we covered last time how you can go backstage in Extreme Rules matches and similar, and what you might not know is that whilst this still works in NXT, when you do this in NXT arenas, you'd instead go backstage to the NXT parking lot instead of the regular backstage area.
D'Angelo one step ahead.
Into the table!
And D'Angelo telling the crowd to watch him.
Which brings us to the next thing on our list, which is weapons on the platform in this area. So a detail that you might not be aware of is that some weapons can actually be carried onto this area, while some others, like a chair, can't be carried, however, can instead be thrown.
Oh no.
Cradle pile driver, my goodness.
Being up there has to be nerve-wracking.
Yeah, Michael, and getting back down has to be even worse.
No telling what is going to happen in a Falls Count Anywhere match. What can a superstar do to succeed in such a volatile situation, Corey?
Be imaginative, be creative, and be ruthless.
Previously in the series, we've covered a bunch of brand new Intergender Rivals audio, and today we have got another, this time for when Nakamura takes on Asuka.
The Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, taking on the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura. Two feared strikers with captivating personalities.
Asuka's arguably been more dominant in WWE than Nakamura, though, and that fact might be weighing on his mind during this match.
This is as focused and driven a Nakamura as we've ever seen, though, Corey. The question is, however, can Nakamura get into Asuka's head?
That's been his MO as of late, but I also don't see that happening, Michael. Asuka doesn't fall for mind games, and I don't think she'll start now.
Last up today, and another fun thing with this year's barricades. So previously we've covered about how you can put your opponent through the barricade, and today we have got the fun and extreme moment of actually throwing your opponent over the barricade and onto the concrete. So this one works basically the same way as before, only this time it's going to be moves that would instead clear the barricade. So in this example, we're going to be using this powerbomb, with it simply being done by lining up the move and then doing it in this position. Share with me in the comments any details you think should be featured next time. Stay tuned for more like this coming to the channel soon. And until next time, this has been 101, and I will see you all on the next one.